Hey guys, welcome back. So today we are looking at lesson 5 and lesson 6. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So on lesson 5, we are looking at calculating the measure. So we want to take what we've learned about our angles and the relationships of those angles and write an equation so that we can solve for the angle measures, okay? So in this first one, it says, find the unknown angle measures, show your thinking, organize it so it can be followed by others. So in this first one, we have these vertical angle. We have, the intersecting, lines which form vertical angles. But if we notice, we've got this 124 right here, and we've got the W. And we can take and solve this because obviously the W and the 124, if we look, they're forming a straight line. What degree does a straight line have? 180. So we can do W plus 124 equals 180. Now, to solve this, we would subtract the 124. Subtract. So W equals 56. So that means that angle's 56, this angle's also 56, and this one is 124, based on the fact that these are vertical angles. Now the next one, we have line L, and then we've got this angle 52, B, and 23. So what do all three of these angles add up to? 180 again. So we're going to do 52 plus B plus 23 equals 180. Now 52 plus 23 is going to give us 75, which equals 180. We subtract the 75. So B equals 105 degrees. So remember, with supplementary angles, they're going to add up to 180. Those form a straight line. Vertical angles are equal to each other, but within vertical angles, the ones right next to each other are also supplementary. So here is how we'd solve these. So being able to write these equations out is crucial in being able to solve. It makes things much easier and much easier to follow. So make sure you're understanding how to make those equations, okay? All right, your keyword for this lesson is equation. Equation. All right. Now we're going to look at lesson 6. So lesson 6 has to do with building shapes. So building Diego and Jada's shapes. Diego built a quadrilateral using side lengths of 4 inches, 5 inches, 6 inches, and 9 inches. We want to build such a shape. So I went ahead and built this ahead of time. So we've got this shape down here. Now, do you think this is identical to Diego's shape, or could we make another shape based off these same exact measurements? Yeah, because we have 4 different sides, we could take and interchange any of these. So I could switch the 5 and the 6, and that would be a completely different shape for us. So it matters what order our angles are in for this. So is ours the same as Diego's? No, probably not. Now, we don't know for sure because we don't have a picture of his. We don't know exactly what his looked like, but it's probably not identical because this is what's known as floppy. So I know that seems strange, but we can take and move this around. We can alter things. It's not a rigid figure because there's different angles that we could have. So obviously we've got all these different angles. We could change them and get a different shape for each of these. So it all depends on how our figure is shaped. So if we brought this up this way, let's see, move this down here, move that way more, this way, angle this out, bring this down. Look, there we have another shape. Now this is totally different. These angles are different than what they were in the previous one. So this is a whole new shape. So it's what's known as floppy because the angles aren't set in stone. We can have so many different possibilities with the side links. So when we're just given side links on a quadrilateral, it doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to get the exact same figure as what someone else does, because we can put them in any order. We can do different angles with them to take and create these shapes. Now, Jada, she built a triangle. So we're going to refresh this, maybe. Okay, so she built a triangle using side lengths of 4, 5, and 8 inches. So we've got a 4, we've got a 5, and the 8. So I'm going to make the 8 down here, bring the 4 over. Oops, I moved the 8. Okay, hang on. So we have our 4 and we have our 5. Now what we need to do is make it so these line up to form our triangle. And this is being highly, highly picky on me. So hang on here. Let's see, bring this one down a bit, this one over. Okay, so those lined up. Now, is there another way that we could have formed this shape? No. So with triangles, we have a lot less flexibility. They're more rigid, they're not floppy, because there's no way to change the angles to make a different shape with these side links. So no matter what we did, we would end up with these exact same angles no matter how we changed our triangle. So yes, our triangle is most likely, it should be anyways, identical to the copy of Jada's triangle because it's not floppy. There's no way to change the angles to make different triangles with these side links. Now, obviously we could have it flipped around. The 5 could be on the other side and then the 4, but the angle measures are all going to be the same and in that same order. So there's less room for flipping things around. We couldn't have switching the sides doesn't necessarily work in this one. We can't just adjust and slightly move one of them and adjust the other one to fit. It's not going to take and change the shape. It's just going to move where the triangle is on our page. So we can spin this all around. We can flip it upside down. It's still all the same triangle because the angles are staying the same. With our quadrilateral we had, the angles actually changed when we moved the sides. In this, if we try to move the sides and create another triangle, we're going to get the same triangle. It's just not maybe going to be in the same position. So triangles, they're a more rigid shape because there's less room for differences when you're given side measures, because the angles, we only have the 3 angles. We can't alter the angles because of those sides. So it's less floppy. It's more rigid. Okay? So our 4-sided figures are more floppy. Our 3-sided figures are more rigid and less floppy. All right, remember your keyword for this lesson is equation. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Have a great day, guys. Bye.